Hi. So today I wanted to talk about some inks I've been using, and I wanted to ink up my new Pilot Metropolitan because it's really awesome. And it's really cool looking. I can't wait to use it. So, some of the inks I've been using and my impressions about them. I used the Stipula Deep Blue. I believe this was from the June Ink Drops subscription. And so look at how pretty that color is. Let's just see. Do you see how pretty that is? It's beautiful. I wish it would have looked like this on paper. And on camera, it's not even showing the richness that I see in real life. In real life, it's like a cobalt blue inside this tube. But real life, on paper, it's not even a deep blue at all. It's not. It's like a washed out denim. There's nothing special about it, which was really disappointing because in the bottle it looks like an electric cobalt blue. Or I'm sorry, in the vial it looks like an electric cobalt blue. Paper, washed out denim. Disappointment. Definitely wouldn't buy this ink, and it's not going near the front. The only time I could think that I would use something like this is if I was wanting to match stationery or something like that. But I typically like vibrant colors, bright, bold colors, and this was not something that I enjoyed. The next one I'll talk about is the Private Reserve Blue Suede. So I'm guessing this came from June because I wrote the label. June Ink Drop subscription. So I wasn't, I didn't really know what to expect with this one. I used both of these in, I believe, my Lamy Safari with the extra fine nib. Now, maybe that made this deep blue wash out, but it shouldn't have if it was really dark, because this one did not get washed out. In fact, this was really beautiful. It was what you see on the camera. It was much darker than that. It was vibrant. Even with an extra fine line, you could see that it was like a turquoisey color, and it was really pretty. I enjoyed using this one very much, and I would definitely use it again. I don't know if I'd buy a whole bottle of it. Maybe. I have a problem buying a whole bottle of any of them because it's so expensive, and I would have absolutely nowhere to store all of those bottles. That's why I do the ink drops thing, plus I get the variety. But I really liked this one. I would buy a sample of it so that I could have more. That might be an option, just buying samples. The next one I'll talk about is this one. This one I think came in August. Rohrer and Klingner Fernambuk, I don't know. But this ink, it stinks. I'm going to show you. So I haven't been carrying around my Lamy Safari in my pencil case that I carry every day, which is really sad because I was really enjoying using it. I haven't been carrying it because I put this ink in there and I don't like it. This is like washed out, super washed out, wannabe red. It's ugly. I can't think of an instance when I would use it, unless I wanted to, like I said, match some stationery or something. I don't know. I don't really like washed out inks. I don't know. The next one that I'll talk about is the Sheaffer Turquoise. I thought, alright, it doesn't sound exciting. It's turquoise. There's nothing fancy about that. Tried the ink. Love it. This one, after just getting done saying I don't know if I'd ever buy a bottle of ink, I might actually buy a bottle of this. This was beautiful. I'm going to show you. It's gorgeous. I love the shading on it, and definitely will use that. This is a color that was super vibrant, and it's interesting enough that it's not your typical blue, black, red. It's not a standard color. There's some difference to it, which creates interest. Super vibrant and saturated, but I think you could use it every day. It looks businessy enough. I don't think it looks. I think it could pass on a business document, I guess is what I'm trying to say. That could be an everyday. Dragon's Napalm. I really liked this. I liked this a lot. I should try to find a note that's written on it. I wrote in my planner. Maybe I can show that. This this is the color of lava when it's like liquidy and bubbly and it's hottest or whatever. I'm not a scientist, but what I would imagine to be the hottest lava, like flowing over black rocks, that's what this looks like. It's orange, red, yellow, super bright, like electric on the page. I loved this ink. It was bold, vibrant, it was alive. It looked alive on the page. It was really cool. I enjoyed using it very much. I don't think that this would be a practical everyday ink for most people at work or something like that, but really cool. I would definitely always keep a sample of this because I really liked it. It was a lot of fun to write with. I wrote my friend a really long letter with it, and I found that I just kept writing more and more because I kept, it looked cool laying on the page. I'm getting laughed at on this end. You can't see that, but I can. So, I'll show you what I have inked right now, which is the Rohrer and Klingner Fernambuk and my Pilot Plumix, the Sheaffer Turquoise. But I'm also going to show you this Noodler's Air Core Blue Black. That's what I'm going to put in my new Pilot Metropolitan, although I'm a little nervous because when I turn it over, look, it doesn't look like I've even poured any of the ink out of it, and so then that makes me nervous because I don't have anything like pen flush about being able to clean my pen out if I don't use the ink all up right away. Well, I guess you, oh, there you go, there's a little bit of daylight. But somebody really nice left me a comment about how I can make my own pen flush, so thank you for that. It was Jen Wyvern. So, let's see how it goes. The ramble has gone on long enough. Notorious rambler. Let's see. I'm getting mocked on my end. Just say it.
What is that color?
This is the question over here is what color is this? It's Noodler's Air Core Blue Black. So I'm imagining this will look like an Air Force uniform blue.
Like an air military.
Yeah, that's what I think, but we'll see.
Would be cool for an Air Force person.
So yeah, it would be. This is how we fill it up. We're going to stick the nib in all the way down to the bottom. It'll go up on the grip section. Squeeze this, squeeze the bladder so that when you release it slowly, it draws the ink up in here. And this, I find this holds quite a bit of ink. So I'm excited to try it with this blue black because I think this might be a good everyday ink, not too wild or anything like that. We'll see. Alright, so I'm just going to go all the way down and tilt it a little bit and then draw it up. And we should be able to see it. Well, I can see it physically going down. There's the nib. So that used up almost like a half. I'm assuming these are milliliters on here. So I'm going to just clean it off a little bit, get it ready to use. It's going on its maiden voyage. This is really exciting. And then just turn it around. I think I need another napkin. Or this ink's just going to be on the nib. That's what's going to happen, most likely. Let's close this. No ink spills tonight. Okay. So, and I should have done, I should have kept samples of all of these inks that I just told you about, but, what can I say? I don't do this for a living, just for fun. When the mood strikes. So, let me show you a sample of the Dragon's Napalm that I have in my planner. This is not, This is, this is, yeah. This isn't actually a very good picture because this paper is kind of it's definitely a creamy color, and this ink has been sitting on there, and it doesn't look as bright on camera as it does in real life. In real life, it is extremely vibrant, but that's the Dragon's Napalm. It's more orange in real life than it looks on camera to me. All right, so we'll try the Pilot Metropolitan, brand new, out of the box, inked up with Noodler's Army Corps Blue Black. Is that right? Yeah. All the Pilot Metropolitans come with the medium nib. So let's try a writing sample. Beautiful. Super smooth. Heavy enough that it feels substantial, but not so heavy that it's tiring. This is really nice. But based on my gold one, I figured it would be. Noodler's, what was it? Air Core Blue Black. Really nice. And I like that ink. That's different. You could definitely use this every day. It doesn't look completely black, but it's not at all washed out. It just has that hint of navy in it. It's definitely more black than it is blue, but there's just something about it. Well, it's the blue part of it, right? It just doesn't look totally black. But I don't think people would really notice very much if they didn't look closely. I think you could definitely use this at work. Very nice. Nice combination. Nice ink. Nice pen. Very nice. I seriously cannot recommend Pilot Metropolitans enough for people that are just starting out with fountain pens or not. It's just a nice pen for the price I get. It's unbelievable to me. Maybe I will have to get another one. I love the black. The black with the polka dots is really nice. It looks nice and classy and professional in the hand. Classy, that's kind of an odd word. Beautiful. I like the ink. Really like the ink. That's super professional, but to the person that's looking at it, you can see that difference. You can see the shading here. I bet this would look really cool in an metallic nib. You can see the shading, you know, where I've not pushed as hard. Really nice, like that. Now let's try the Fernambuk. This ink is terrible. So my Lamy Safari, you know, I don't know. This is a love-hate thing with my Lamy Safari. I love the way it looks. Sometimes I just hate it. I think that the extra fine nib washes out what might be a good ink, but then sometimes I don't care. The ink should look good no matter what size nib. You know, you'll see the difference in variation, I think, with the wider nib, but they should all at least be vibrant enough that you can easily see them on the page. I really like an extra fine nib and a fountain pen because I think it makes it really practical. But here it is. And you probably can't see it on the page because it's so washed out. It's hard to see in real life. And with the blue suede, private reserve blue suede, I didn't find that to be the case. I found it to be very, very rich. Lamy Safari extra fine nib. This is Rohrer and Klingner. Fernambuk. Fernambuk. I don't know. I would never buy this again. It looks darker now on camera than it does in real life. It's so washed out. It looks like, I don't know. I find that it's not pleasant to the eye. There's something straining about looking at it. I didn't find that with Dragon's Napalm. It was bright. You could see it, but there's a strain to looking at this on the page and reading it versus this. It's super bold, stands out. This is just, it's hard to read, and it causes your eyes to strain. I don't like it. I don't care for it. I don't appreciate it. Yeah. The Pilot Plumix. I have Sheaffer Turquoise in here. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. So even on Pilot Plumix, a cheapie, and obviously this isn't a, apples for apples comparison. It's not fair to compare an extra fine to an metallic. You're going to get a totally different experience, but that looks bad. I think if it's a good ink, it'll look nice no matter what pen it's in. Maybe I'm wrong in that. I'm sure somebody out there thinks differently. So you can't even see it. Ridiculous. So it's the Pilot Plumix M-Nib with Sheaffer Turquoise ink. And you know what? It's not flowing as freely as it should because it's running out of ink. I've used it so much. Love it. Look at that. It's hard to see the color, but it's such a beautiful, if I thought of like the word Caribbean blue, I would think of this, but maybe like a shade. This is a shade or two darker. It doesn't have that aqua to it so much, but more of a blue, but this is beautiful. It really is. It's a turquoise that's more blue than green, if that makes sense. So love that. It has really pretty shading. It has, parts where it's dark and then it gets a little bit lighter. Again, this pen is running out of ink, but I thought while it was in there I would show you a sample. So, I hope you enjoyed that for what it's worth, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.